All right, it is the 23rd of October. I am going through my list of things that I need to do today. I started decent time this morning trying to work through getting some of the clients set up. I have found that Mondays are one of those days where I really can't have a lot of meetings because it's about setting up the week for myself, for my clients. There's a lot of recurring tasks that start to happen. So I used to take meetings all the time with certain clients on Mondays, but now I just don't. So it is kind of like a work from home day, even though I work from home all the time. So I'm focused on trying to just get stuff done and working through this list. Now, this is a massive list. Now, normally what I always say is you only want to do maybe 3 things max in a day in terms of just like that priority list items. Today, I'm trying to get ahead. So I'm working as effectively as I possibly can. But then I realized I probably should record a little bit of a video giving an update on where things are at. So I was like scheduling blog posts today for certain clients. I was publishing people's posts whom I can't schedule for them. One of the challenging things with the role that we have here at All In Content is that we schedule a lot of our content out to go on people's pages, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, YouTube, etc. Facebook is super annoying in that you can only schedule posts if it's done on the app on your phone. We do everything in terms of editing through desktop. So very irritating and annoying when you're having to try and go through that. So I'm having to manually post those at this point, which sucks. But yeah, now I'm going to be going through and I'm going to be reviewing footage that I shot last week with a client, about an hour and a half worth of footage, to see if can I get some micro clips of value from that I can ultimately put into the cycle to ultimately, again, share some of more of what they're doing. And then I look at the next number of things that I've got, and it's a lot of just other posts that I'm working through in terms of other content. So lots of work to do, busy day, but ultimately trying to be effective by using a list. So one of the challenging things I've learned as Raquel and I have started this journey of like her starting to help me in my business is how we have very different styles in terms of approach. So I've been having her help with some of the video side of things as I've trained her on some of the tools and processes. And so maybe certain styles of how I would like maybe captions done or certain graphics to be done or the text font that I might use on certain thumbnails for certain people. She likes the opposite of that. So it's interesting as I'm trying to figure out some of my content that I want to do for my own business and put out. She's got different thoughts and ideas as well. So I think this is going to be an interesting challenge trying to navigate working on this business together and ultimately having different styles and approaches. Obviously, it's a bit of a compromise sometimes, and she raises some good points. I've also found already that there's certain maybe accounts that she's probably better suited to work with than me based on just her level of approach and maybe how she looks at things, and she's better aligned in some of the vision as well. So I think it's really cool. So we'll see how it all shakes out. All right, so here we are. It's 11:16 p.m. Since I recorded my video this morning, I have been chipping away at my list. It's crazy when you start working on something and you just kind of get lost in it. And I feel like that's what I did. I lost track of time here today. So I had a list of, I don't try and advocate for this, but I had a list of like 30 things that I wanted to try and do this week. And you can't really see, but there's a lot of scratches on this list because I only have, and I know there's definitely about 30 things on it. I've got, I'd say 2/3 of it done in one day. I think just the motivation of having the list made me just push myself today and go as hardcore as I possibly could. I also took a look at the schedule and I realized tomorrow I have got 5 coaching calls. Now, if you have been watching this, you know that I said that I don't like to have more than a couple, but I'm trying a new tactic. And we're going to see how it works with trying to cram everything into one day for coaching. It's going to suck, not going to lie. By the end of tomorrow, I'm going to be very tired. And then on Wednesday, I've got another coaching call followed up by a whole batch creation session with somebody else. So my next 2 days are shot. So then I thought, if I am going to be struggling to get things done and have no energy, well, then I'm better off to just honestly power through today, get as much done as possible. So I started my day around 7:30 this morning. Here it is, almost 11:30. Took a couple breaks, went for a walk, had lunch, had dinner. Outside of that, those 3 hours of that time that I did there, I've been working. So this is a long day for me. Hopefully I'll sleep well tonight, because tomorrow will be long and the next day will be long. Oh, and Thursday I'm batch creating content as well. So my week is shot. But honestly, just going to keep the train rolling here. The way I looked at it, and I said this to Raquel when we were walking tonight. If we can power through and make this week and next week really, really strong, it's going to set us up for really the rest of the year in a lot of ways. So there's a lot of work to do. We'll get it done, because we always get it done. But you just got to have a plan. So I got a plan. Going to work through it. Tomorrow I'll be coaching. I'll try and get through that and kind of go from there. But now it's off to bed. All right, good morning. It is the 24th of October. Last night I finished the video. It was around 11-ish or whatever time it was. Then went to bed, but I couldn't get my mind to shut off, so it was another late night where I was just tossing and turning till about 1:30 or so. And then up this morning getting ready to do this onslaught of coaching that I have today. I got to leave the house in about half hour, just packing up my bag. So then I realized, so today I'm doing 4 in person at a couple different locations, 1 Zoom. My laptop seems to sometimes give me troubles where it's going and it's doing crazy things, where it's like webcam works, sometimes the webcam doesn't work. So I'm bringing an external webcam, bringing a headset, then I'm bringing my camera because I'm going to shoot some videos with one of my clients as well that I do their social media for in addition to coaching them. So I'm just bringing a lot of stuff with me today, and I'm like, I think I probably need to go and invest in a different type of bag to carry all this shit around because it's a lot. But yeah, I'm a little concerned about today, not going to lie, because I've got zero energy. I hate to sound like I'm complaining, but I got zero energy today, and I stupidly booked everything so tight. There's not even time to get myself a lunch in there, which is obviously my own fault with how I've just organized things, because I'm driving from spot to spot to spot, and it's a little annoying. So just trying to figure out better systems, better ways to do some of this stuff. The coaching side of things, I really don't want to promote at all anymore. I'll do the service for people who ask, but I'm not going to push and promote it. I think I've come to that decision at this point. And as we've already established too, like I'm really focusing on all-in content versus actually trying to focus on even the hiring side. While I'm actually going to be hiring for another role here shortly, unless somebody asks or I see as a good opportunity where I can easily help, I'm not going to push the hiring front as much either. So while there is a backload of content that's out there and things that I'm going to continue to push because I've batch created content, I'm not going to be actively pushing it. I think Raquel made this great point. I talk about all in all the time. And the thing I've never really been is truly focused on one thing. And so I think the one thing is going to be all in content. That'll help me not feeling like I'm pulled in a million directions. And we looked at the year, what's left of it, at this point, 2 months and a week or whatever it is. A lot of ideas and stuff that I wanted to do this year, there's not going to be a lot of time to do. Because we have decided to book time in Mexico. So we're going to spend 3 weeks in Mexico at the end of the year, which, probably people watching this are like, oh my god, this fucking guy's complaining about no time, and then he takes off for 3 weeks. This will be an actual, truly, vacation, but I'll still be doing work from there as well, because everything you can do remotely. But I need that time away, and I also feel like we need something to kind of look forward to. So Raquel's family's down there half the year pretty much, so we'll be down there spending Christmas, New Year's down there with them, which would be great. Different location. Start the year off strong, obviously, in 2024. I think then we'll plan to come back and do an event in 2024 on the content side. I really wanted to do one this year, in the end of the quarter here, but I realize I technically only have a month of time But with the commitments I have with customers, making sure they're supported, trying to get ahead on stuff for that December blip, it just doesn't make sense to try and squeeze an event in, because I don't think I do it any justice by promoting it, planning it all the way along. So, no event this year. At least that's the plan as of now, unless something drastically changes. So yeah, just trying to figure some of that stuff out. The other thing is I think I said last week's episode that I quoted a website. Feedback I got was that the price was higher than they were expecting, so they're shopping around for other quotes. And I thought, okay, well, this is an interesting thing, because when I went through the kind of the discovery conversation about what the plans were, what they need for the site, I just literally went and like priced out all the plugins. A lot of the plugins are a mix of either being US based or European based, which means here in Canada, and this is a Canadian customer, got to charge that accordingly. Went through some of them I've already done before, so I know what takes the effort to go into it. So like my quote's actually pretty bang on if they wanted to do all the stuff, but it says it came out high. So I did quickly flip around and say, okay, if it's too high, we can take out like 5 things, which are all the main meat of a pro website. If you want a basic site, you can get it. So it obviously adjusts the price down. So I'm curious if they come back and they say anything, because I know that a pro website of what they're looking for long-term growth, what it's going to take. If they want to do just a basic to get something going, we can do that too. So Raquel said this last night to me. She's like, Chris, one of the things that you need to get better at is adjusting to what the client is looking for versus what you know that they need. Because sometimes clients are only going to want to do so much. And so even though they might have a different approach or style or way they want to get stuff done, you got to be okay with it. Because, you know what? It's their budget and it's their thing. And maybe, yes, you know better of what they should do. And if they can't afford that, they can't do it, you can't convince them of that, you have to be okay with that and not be frustrated. Because I get frustrated when I know what somebody's wanting, what they truly need, but they don't want to pay it. And maybe it's a bit of a sales thing too. But I think so much of this comes down to communication. So had I known that they were looking for maybe just more basic versus pro, maybe I would win that instead of them shopping around and seeing if there's other comparisons. I have a bit of I don't know if pettiness is the word to me, but like if they go with another person, which is fine, and then they come back to me looking to make updates or changes, it's a lot harder to do if it's somebody else's site that they've created, which is fine. Again, people got to do what's best for them, but it's the tricky part of just balancing out clients. All right. Go keep packing up for the day. Get ready for an onslaught of coaching. All right, so here we are back after coaching 5 different people today. 5 in one day might be too many. I think that I had originally said I only wanted to do 2 max, jumping up to 5, just because of trying to squeeze everybody in. Not the way to do it. So I learned a lesson, never doing that again. Going to be keeping it short and sweet, hopefully, now moving forward. But, again, you got to try something and see if it works. And if it doesn't, move on. All right, here we are. This morning is the 25th of October. I've got one coaching session today. Last one's going to be happening on a Wednesday because the days will switch as of next week. And then I'm doing a video batch creation session. I got 6 hours blocked. I don't think we'll go 6 hours. We'll power through and get a lot done. And, I think about last night, after the onslaught of 5 coaching sessions during the course of the day, then I got more videos edited for a client that I'm working with. And it dawned on me that you should do what you love. I preach that to a lot of people when I'm coaching them, and there's certain stuff that I just don't love doing, so I'm going to find ways to either outsource it or completely stop certain aspects of things that I'm doing so I can focus on what I love. And I enjoy the creativity. I enjoy doing the videos and creating them. To me, I should do that. I should find the other stuff that I don't like and get someone else to do that. The other thing that dawned on me as well is that since I launched All In Content, and again, I'm wearing the shirt today because representative, I'm shooting out and about, I've had so many people reaching out being like, oh, do you need this service or that service, or hey, we can be appointment setters for you, we can be editors for you, we can be a VA for you. It's interesting just how many people just try and sell you nonstop. It's annoying, but it happens. It's part of business. So obviously I think I guys got to get used to that or just block that out and ignore it. But I'm looking ahead and I'm like, wow, there's, a week, less than a week left now, I guess, on the calendar when it comes to this month here in October. So there's a lot of stuff that I want to get done. So I made a list of everything that I need to do. And it was kind of interesting. Because I was like, what stuff could I do? And what stuff could Raquel do? What stuff do we need to send other people? I'm still finding myself torn of choosing to do everything myself versus getting someone else to do it, whether it's teaching Raquel how to do it or someone else how to do stuff. I have to learn to let go. It's a big realization for me as I built this list of the stuff I want to do. Now, most of the stuff I want to do is actually for all-in content, and it's not like on the customer side, it's more on growing the business side. So I think I have to find that balance, but I have 5 customer things that I've written out for specific customers that I want to get done. And this will be stuff that's going to happen over the course of the next, I'd say, week and a half before the end of the month, just to make sure that we're setting up November right. Because of us booking time going to Cabo in December, we now realize that really we got November to get a lot of shit done. So yes, this next week and a half is very, very important to really set us up long term as we move forward. So it's about having a plan. That's what we're going to try and do. We're going to have a plan. So today's plan, shoot some content. I'm behind the ball right now. I got to go and pack everything up to get ready to go and do that. Alright, so it's been a bit since I've done a driving video. I don't think I've done it since last week. I certainly haven't done it this week. So, what do I want to talk about today? I think one of the things that's really stood out to me on this whole journey of creating all-in content, and also, I think even doing this video series of Pushing 40, is that consistency is important. I think that there are so many people right now who say that they want to put themselves out there. They want to do something, but then they don't follow through with it. I'm going to pick on myself here. I have been saying I wanted to improve my health, but I've been very, very inconsistent with it, which is unfortunate. I'm focused hardcore on the business front, but at the expense of my health. To give you an example, I don't think there's been a single night in the last 2 weeks that I haven't gone to bed before 1:30. I've gone to bed, but I've basically been like flipping through, doing things on my phone, thinking through stuff, can't shut my brain off. So, neglecting my health. I was walking consistently when I started doing this every single day, at least twice a day. Well, now I'm lucky if I'm doing a few times a week. Again, not balanced. I said I wanted to get better, and I'm struggling with trying to do that. Again, you can make time, but I've been making all my time on the business front, saying, oh, if I get through this bit thing, and then I'll be, set. Well, then something else pops up, and something else pops up. So, consistency, while important, is also incredibly hard without the right people, the right tools, the right systems. I have lots of work to do on the health front. On the relationship front, I think that, there's times where I can also be better there as well still. It is a work in progress, and I think that I've been focusing so much on the business front. It's, again, at the expense of my relationship with Raquel sometimes, and that's also not cool. So finding those moments to not focus on business is important, because I find now I talk about it all the time with her too, which is probably not also healthy. So balance, you gotta find it. It matters, and consistency matters. I think about all the businesses though that I work with and how they're struggling with consistency, and it could be consistency in a few areas, right? Like it could be consistency in terms of results, maybe showing up, on social media, being consistent with their employees, following up, making sure that employees are listened to and heard. Consistency is hard, but if you focus on the right things, if you try and be intentional, I think you have a better chance being consistent. All right, so today is the 26th of October. It's a Thursday. Busy day today. Going to be batch recording some content for 4 hours with a client. Hopefully you're going to power through that pretty good. I gave him all the topics and bullet points of what we're going to say to keep it on point, keep it going structured. And then after that, I've got back-to-back podcast episodes we're shooting for Rapid Fire Insights today. I'm going to be able to power out those two back-to-back. And then that's it for the day. And then we're doing a hockey game tonight. So kind of bouncing around between a few different things. Last few nights, though, I have been working late, just trying to get ahead on some of the other clients and stuff that we're working through. I feel like if I have a really, really, really solid day today, tomorrow, and Saturday, it's going to set me up for the next month incredibly well. So really, really, really looking forward to that. Because I think the more we get ahead, the easier things become. And so this week has been a lot of later nights. Raquel and I had a great conversation last night trying to figure out clarity on like who does what and what's my style and her style and differences and her strengths and my strengths and everything too. So that was a good conversation for us to have and brought some clarity to the fact that I need to get better at how I explain things and how I'm maybe saying what's the priority, because not everything can be the priority. So overall, I think it's good when you have that open communication. So looking forward to today. Anyways, better go get ready, pack up, because we got to go. All right, so I had a good recording session this morning. Recorded, I would say, between, let's say, 35 to 50 videos. We'll see when it's all said and done and edited. So feeling good about today's session. And then I have, in 5 minutes, recording back-to-back podcast episodes for Rapid Fire Insights. So that'll be good, getting some of these, done and out of the way. And then no meetings tomorrow, which means I can get a lot of stuff done that's on this list. All right, good morning. It is the 27th of October. I probably don't seem like I have a ton of energy today because I'm not feeling 100%. I'm feeling a little bit sick. Maybe I'm just a little burnt out, maybe tired. I'm not sure. Yesterday I noticed my throat was starting to hurt, and today I just woke up exhausted, and I went and laid down for even a little bit after having breakfast this morning. But, there's lots of work to do, so you got to power through. Got some good news today. Website project that I quoted out is going to be moving forward, so excited to be digging into that. Although, from a timing perspective, probably not ideal because I've got a lot on the go. So it is a bit of a juggling act, I think, today. To try and figure out what stuff can I get done in terms of the overall list of things that I wanted to do. Because it's a Friday, it's one of those days I don't take meetings. I've already had a couple of phone calls today. I got somebody who also has reached out. It's weird. In the last, I'd say 36 hours, I have had 5 people also reach out that are complete strangers to me, asking to understand more about all-in content, what we do, sending messages over Facebook Messenger of all places. So we'll see what comes of that. Might be meeting some people on the weekend, or maybe trying to schedule some Zoom calls with folks to, again, go through this process of what we're doing. So it's very exciting. I think there's lots of great activity and stuff happening. The question is just keeping it all balanced and moving forward the right way. So this week we did, let's see, gotta look at the old calendar here. So yeah, we did a barbecue. We're not batch creating, but shooting content on Sunday, which was great. We did that for Bubby's Plumbing here in Windsor. And then Wednesday did a video shoot where we did about 70-ish videos or whatever it is. I think we're ending up with 51 is the final number for final videos for that session. Yesterday I shot more videos. We got about 50 of those. I'm trying to edit them now, and then try and get some of that stuff kind of done and out of the way. My goal was to try and get as much done this morning so the afternoon could be focused on my all-in content stuff, but I might start kicking off the website project already. I'm just going to have to map all that fun stuff out. So again, rocking and rolling, feeling good from a business side. Physically, I would say I put myself at like 50 to 60%. Like if I didn't have stuff to do, I'd probably just lay in bed all day. But yeah, it is what it is. Like I could tell yesterday, as I'm going through and doing those final podcasts, or those podcasts yesterday, or whatever they were, I wasn't fully engaged in them. I didn't have a lot of energy and ask a lot of questions because I could just feel myself not feeling right. And I thought, oh, maybe I'm just tired, right? Because I was shooting videos the last couple of days. And then so started feeling good. Had dinner, felt great. Went to a hockey game last night, felt great. Woke up this morning, I'm just like, oh, exhausted. So it sucks when you're not feeling at your best, but in this business, as a solopreneur, you really have to, keep going. If you don't work, you're not getting paid. So that's what I'm ultimately doing. All right, so here we are. We're powering through as best as possible. Not feeling the greatest, honestly. Still chipping away though, trying to get some videos ahead at this point, and I have no shortage of things to do, which is good. But yeah, just lots of work in general right now, and I took a little bit of a break here and there, had a couple conversations with some people here and there off and on throughout the course of the day on business front, some on the personal front, just to kind of break things up as I've kind of waned and had no energy. But yeah, looking at probably a full weekend here of stuff that needs to be done. But exciting. It's really, really good to be able to push forward and see the businesses rocking and rolling right now in a variety of fronts, which is cool. But then, gotta get that health side going. So as much as I want to be able to go for a walk and get active physically, I'm just not feeling it. So it'll probably be an early night tonight. All right, so here we are, Saturday 28th. It is 5 p.m. I haven't shot any videos at all this morning because I've been just heads down working on my website, working on the client's website. Not feeling good because I don't know if I sound sick, but I definitely am sick. So yeah, just powering through. And I think this is the last video for this week in terms of the episode. So overall, it's been a good week. I think we're coming up to, a couple more days left in the month. This ends up being, again, the best month that we've had yet in terms of the companies and the revenue coming in when you look at all sources. So really happy and proud for that. And looking forward just to continuing forward, hopefully get over whatever this sickness is that's kind of bugging me right now. And once I get over that, then we'll be able to power through and have a great week. So have a good one, and thanks for tuning in.